DC here. Hi, guys and gals. Well, hope you're all well. Today is Thursday. Yeah, I'm sitting in the living room with the lights all around me. I got a light on actually around so that it's not quite as dark as the last time. Well, like I say, I hope you've had a good week up to now, and it's been really busy here. Mrs. DC's not around again. No, she's not working, but every now and then when she has some time off, she likes to go to the movies. And she really has no big deal of going to the movies alone. And I'm not actually always a fan of the same movies that she wants to see. So she goes and sees the movie, and I end up, maybe I'd fall asleep. I don't know. Whatever. I mean, so she's off to the movies. She'll be here later on. But I just got home, really just got home from work now. And thought I'd make a quick update vlog, yeah. So this week I had an interesting week at times. I say at times because sometimes there's a lot of reading involved, and when that's the case, it can be boring. But I went to a workshop this week that was organized by the Swiss Plastic Consortium, something like that, and the Food and Nutrition Cluster. So actually, it was the Swiss Plastic Cluster and the Food and Nutrition Cluster. And we were looking, at what things on what they call circular economy. I think I've mentioned that a few times in vlogs before. Anyway, so there was, basically participants from all types of fields and like academia and so on. Like it could be anything like going from, corn husks to milk waste or whey or stuff like that, which is actually not called waste anymore. It's called co-products because we can do so much with it. In the old days, a lot of things that were called waste, but that's the whole thing. Is actually the old days, as people like to call them, nobody wasted anything. There was around at the end of the war, in the middle of the Second World War. It's funny how I say the war for that one. It's like the Great War for people that are older than I am, and I say the war, talking about the Second World War. Anyway, there was a lot of people that realized, there's shortages in everything. And, you could use actually cheese whey in a way, there's a lot of playing around with that word, in a way that you could actually make textiles with it. There was a lot of done in the States. There was a lot of that done in Italy, and I might have spoken about that actually quite a while back, probably over a bit more than a year ago. Anyway, so we were touching on that because if you take different fibers from wood, and we could say fibers from milk, you can make different type of textiles, which were used quite a bit at one time. Was it rayon? I can't remember now. There was anyway. I should know it, but I don't remember it right now. And that made some pretty nice clothing and nice to the touch and so on. So that was a bit of the part that I brought to it. As far as the circular economy was concerned. I mean, because there's still a lot of things. You can still do a lot of things, plastics and materials with that. So, we discussed about things like that. People were looking at different residues after, you've pressed herbs or what for oil, for example, or even grapes. After you've pressed the grapes, there's still a lot of antioxidants, for example, left in the residues and so on. So it was stuff like that was discussed, and they what could be an actual program and so on. So yeah, it was interesting, but a lot of it is politics. That's all I'll say for the moment, because I can't get into too many details. But of course, there's politics involved. It's part of the new what do they call it? It's probably the Swiss equivalent or the European equivalent, the Green New Deal. People, are realizing that there's other ways of making money. And have people become more environmentally conscious? I have my doubts. People are out there to make money, and they're using the kids that are out there that are preaching, be careful at what you're doing, and so on. And yeah, it's. I'm not saying that the whole climate thing's a big scam. That is not what I'm saying. But there are a lot of people out there right now that are out there to make green economy. Is that a bad thing? Actually, probably not. You have the right to make money, and if you're a capitalist, you have the right to make money in different ways. I guess it's just a question of what I would call conservative capitalist, in the sense is that you do it for the better good, of society, and that's all right. That's all right. Anyway, that was a lot of the things that I had to do this week, and getting ready for the end of the year. So, reports and stuff like that, and it's all part of the business, isn't it? So, how are your end of year? What are your end of the year plans? I mean, are you going to have a lot of people over, or is going to be family events and so on? As far as we're concerned, it's always the same thing. When Christmas comes, Mrs. DC has to choose between Christmas and New Year's. She usually actually chooses New Year's, and then I end up making like the Christmas meal a few days before, because first son of DC is also working in a similar position, so he has to choose between one of the two as well. They have the young kids, so it's things are going to be changing. Second son of DC's in teaching, so actually he is off at the Christmas period, so he's much more free when it comes to that. Yeah, so the end of the year. Like I've often said, December is not my favorite month. Yeah, I see the time's moving on. I've written my Christmas letter. It's done. I have sent it off via either email or Facebook Messenger to many people. I've had an issue. I've got 2 Facebook accounts. One which is with all the YouTube people. That actually went well. Those that I actually send the message to, they have received it. On the other one, it's the one where I have family members, people from Ireland, and certain selected friends more around here. And I get kind of, after, I don't know, 10, maybe 15, maybe even more, probably after sending off like something like 20 times the Google Drive link, I don't know if I could say I got blocked out. Kind of, in a way. I am not allowed to send the message anymore. And I'm getting a little message, if I think this is against community policy. But it's not telling me that I'm doing anything against community policy. So I sent off, actually, a complaint saying I was sending Christmas messages to my friends. And family. Is that going to, nobody's going to look at that probably. But I don't know how long. I've checked. It's been, well, I checked today again. I still cannot send off any type of attachment in the Facebook Messenger on that account. Strange. I don't know why. I just don't know why. Maybe some of you have had experience with that. Anyway, I've been talking long enough, so I hope you're all going to have a great end of the week. I'll be back probably on the weekend. Tomorrow with Mrs. DC, we're going to a concert offered by the company with a meal at the end, so looking forward to that. Okay. Anyway, that's it. DC signing off. Take care, everybody. And like I say, have a good evening. Bye-bye.